So Maniac has three possible encounters here, but I think it's Vegeta has the only one we can get in the entire rivals, the Viper. This thing is powerful, man. What the hell do I have to do with any of this? We have sword dance, so I think we can just kind of cancel out the attack drop quite efficiently to go down. His rollback has barely survived too, and after combo and I don't even feel bad about making fun of him, as typically attacks bring him super low before we barely do any damage. Ooh, here I said that Achilles was able to get nervous here, but I switched to Vidal, then he stuck using Ember, strength is less than half, then he uses Magnitude, but gets Magnitude 7, so we survive. As switching to Teachy is then able to do the job with one more strength. We next arrive at Malbridge down, location of our next gym, and man, this is my dream. No, not because of that. I'm talking about the hot springs, of course. Don't judge me. Before the gym, I need to delve in and also attach the sun setup. Let's hope it's enough. The fourth gym leader is Flannery, the fire type trainer. Her Slugma is a usually 1 KO with Dig, which is a great start. Her next Pokemon is a second Slugma, and it does what I feared most by setting up Sunny Day, but it barely survives a Dig. Sun boosted Flamethrower then does huge damage on us too. I know I can't let her final Pokemon come out while the sun's up, so I switch to Motamo to kind of stall out as she heals. I tried to go for Hypnosis, but Motamo fails again and misses it on the first turn, and then she sets up Light Screen. Thankfully, we put her to sleep on the next turn, and Dizzy Punch gets the job done after 2 hits after the sun went down. It becomes her final Pokemon, Torkoal, and here I really thought we'd be able to live in overheat, but we don't get the confusion on this punch, and then get 1 hit KO the instantly. What in the world? I double-checked the count, and apparently there was something like a 80% chance for a KO. Yes, that's what I get for being too lazy to level this thing up right to the cap. However, my plan still sort of worked, as now its special attack got lowered to using Owen with Upbeat Run of a third after our berry. After the gym, I remember to pick up the charcoal item from the herb shop nearby to boost our fire moves. Fast forward to our next gym, the Petalburg gym. The traders are, of course, mutually against us, and what could have been? Delcatty's a very underused Pokemon too. Oh well. The fifth gym leader is none other than our murderer father, Norman, a fellow normal type trainer. Like father, like son, I guess. He leads with a slacking as I lead with Tui. I go for growl immediately and hit the start with Facade to a half. However, he has Truant, and I can hit him with 2 more growls before he hits us again, and this time it does less damage and our ordinary heal times. On his Truant turn, I now switch to Vegeta and can start loading up on Sword Stance as his attacks are doing very little now. In the end, I get 3 off to take it down, and in comes the second Sluggy. I train Vegeta like crazy at speed, and according to my counts, we should just outspeed him, and we do, being able to take it and his Gligrock down. Amazing. We definitely set up a nice week for us there. Norman also gives us a fantastic TM for winning the normal type Facade. I immediately teach it to Kui, our Swallow, for a particular reason. Those of you familiar with this strategy will know why. Otherwise, prepare yourselves for a little bit later. Since we're not using Slack Off much anymore and we have Citrus Berries available soon, I also teach GT Volta too. Now that we have Surf, we can make it to the abandoned ship on Route 108, which holds a great TM for us. I believe which should be helpful later. By helping Watson out at New Mauville, he also gives us the Thunderbolt skill. On Route 119, we encounter Steven again, and this time he asks us if we raise different types of Pokemon or only one type. As a Steel-type trainer, he's definitely taunting us as you son of a... Our next destination is Jurgle. I decided to go north from Rustboro now that we have Surf up to a strange hidden route, Route 115, where there's a secret area with a patch of grass that holds our next encounter. Guarded by a few powerful fighting-type trainers, by the way, so I was very careful. Here we find a Jigglypuff, and thank God we got it instead of the other normal type that shows up here, Swablu, which we wouldn't be able to evolve. After we also found Sandix on the other route, that's going to cut Swablu off as an encounter with if it was all Taria, I'd be upset, but this is fine by me. We catch Jigglypuff, and I can use its launch, and launch has a naughty nature. Nice. Plus attack and minus special defense, which isn't great, but not terrible either. Heading back to Fortree, I nearly launched to a monster Prelude on this 4 HP before buckling in with and oh man, random traders. Scary. After being seen at 40 in the weather, which is correct, we gifted our next encounter a Castle. It has a jolly nature, plus speed and minus special attack, which is not great, and it's a really weird Pokemon, so I'm gonna box it for now. Now comes the time for the strategy I've been waiting to use forever. Our swallow has the guts ability, as I mentioned earlier, which raises its attack power by 50% if it has status. Plus, our newly learned facade move doubles to 140 base power with status and gets the 6 attack bonus too, making it ridiculously powerful. So, I get poisoned by a wild otters nearby. Let's try it out against May. She deserves it after all the hell she's put us through in past runs. She leads with Wilmer and it only comes out on our side. However, just in the nick of time, I realize we're like right at the level cap. One facade takes it down, but now I have to switch. Oh, unfortunate. Next time, I guess. From here, I go to the 1 KO Trubbish with Chi-Chi after Polka, and then switch into Vegeta as her just stand attack, and we finally get a crit with high crit ratio slash to take Combustion out. Unfortunately, we have to talk to Steven again, and he wants to see our true power in battle. Oh great, so now he's taking my copyright too. Interestingly, he says we're getting against our next rival encounter, I can't be on ball enemies. I catch it and became a Goku, and Goku has a jolly nature plus speed and minus special attack, which is actually pretty good for him. Leon is a weird Pokemon with terrible base stats, although it has a really cool ability, but I'm gonna box it for the time being. It's time for the fortress. This means we're going to miss out on Body Slam by 1 level, but I think we need Wigglytuff for this two reasons. Before the battle, I also used our Ice Beam and Thunderbolt TMs on it for some great type coverage. The 6th gift leader is Winona, the Flying type trainer. She beats with Squirrel, and I beat with Sponge. Because of double team, she hits us once with Aerial Ace before we instantly kick it out with Thunderbolt. We get hit by a Water Gun next, but as you may have guessed, the goes for her Pelipper, which is 4 times weak to Electric. Our Skarmory then hits us to a quarter with Steel Wing before we hit hard with Thunderbolt, but we get the paralysis on it, and we can now outspeed it on the next turn and take it out with another after our Citrus Berry activates. The last Pokemon is Altaria, and it hits us with Aerial Ace before we hit it with a 4 times super effective Ice Beam, which just barely doesn't KO. After a couple Hyper Potions, she then uses Earthquake, but my estimation was correct as we survive on just 10 HP in the red before taking it out. Wigglytuff, though we know that, so who would guess? I am very careful to avoid Cool Trainer Jellifer. Cool Trainer Jennifer on the next route. Those of you who have seen our past runs will know why, and we arrive at the Safari Zone where we have 2 potential encounters, either Doduo or Girafford. They appear in the same area, so I decided to just go for it, and some things about battling monsters are natural. It doesn't naturally affect the NHL, so I decided not to let them.
Whoa, what am I doing? Where the fuck's the that? I don't have any goldies.
Electric is sustained the African American people to this day. We have the voice of God. I throw a Safari Ball, it breaks out, and oh god. Well, there goes our Safari Zone encounter. It's been pretty good psychic coverage too. A top mount higher, this old lady who guards the orbs just gives us the red orb in the hopes that we'll help her out. If you just trust the most important object in the universe, capable of summoning challenging monsters who can destroy the earth to a stranger. We also encounter a trainer who is wonderfully skinny, and I join her in crying as we board our potential speed. That could have been we also pick up the Catapult TM, which actually will be amazing later on, and I broke both my ankles and my spine. You know what? This is all May's fault. It's time to unleash our ultimate strategy. Man, this is just disgusting. I can't even watch. I was in a bad state at the time, okay? Both my ankles broken and whatnot. I was going through some stuff. Just boosted stats, double power facade to the win. After picking up light screen and reflecting out to the department store, I made it to the roof to try and fly away, but the game doesn't let me. You know what? Fine. I'll do it myself. Upon arrival at launch, he gives us the dive gem and lets us know that there are some places that we can't return to the surface. Before the gym, we have an amazing evolution as Bulma finally evolved into a X-Cloud, one of my favorite underrated Pokemon of all time. I also used the Shadow Ball TM to Videl and used the Light Screen TM on Wigglytuff to help us out. It's time for the 7th leader Team advisor the Psychic Train. They engage in a double battle with Solrock and Wigglytuff, so I send out Videl and Mars. Now my whole plan here was to set up Light Screen with launch and then start slamming Wigglytuff with Shadow Ball since he could load up Calm Mind. However, it worked for hypnosis right away and landed on Videl after we did once below half. One more attack would have KO'd. Oh, that's not good. I did get Light Screen up though, so I'm feeling pretty safe and I switched from launch to both Solrock and Wigglytuff hit Videl with Psychic down low though, so I forced the switch and I sent out Vegeta and on the switch, Wigglytuff hits it with a Psychic and gets a crit through Light Screen to take him out instantly. Are you kidding me? That is a rough loss. I couldn't believe it. From there, though, we're able to wear them down with the help of Launch and Light Screen. Man, that was such an unnecessary crit, but we got the badge at least. Rest in peace, Vegeta, and welcome to the team, Goku. Okay, that's just disrespectful. Come on. After the gym, I finally remember to grab the meteorite from Mount Chimney to trade for the return TM at Cosmos House, which I usually go to since I figured we could use the extra power once his friendship is higher. In the Cave of Origin, we can pick up the Earthquake TM before we encounter Groudon and Maxie, who challenges us to battle. Launch is a perfect way to handle this Machina since the Exuding doesn't affect our special attack, and although the Splatter is a hassle, we did get a free summon, so we can take it down in a few ice beams. His Crobat then burns us low before ice beams us to below half, and because our Sagittary helps us out, I decide to keep going against it and take it down in a couple more after he potions, being not to just lose HP in the process. His Sagittary and Ember, but it turns out to have Rock Slide, and I switched it to Eevee, but thankfully we survived it. From there, I switched to Chichi, who I forgot to Earthquake ahead of time, but two threats do the job, to send Ninja up one turn. With that, it's time for the and final gym in Sintopolis. Because I'm stuck in the puzzle, we fell down, and I used the training anyway, so I used Goku against the trainer. And I kid you not, it's no way to angry last one of them since I traced his friendship quite high. Absolutely unreal. Wouldn't expect a Kecleon to do so much damage. The 8 gym leader is flawless, the water type gym leader, so it's a neutral type against us, but he always tends to be a problem for us to run, so I'm being careful. Leading for the Luckus, and I send out Bulma. This Luckus is super annoying with waterfalls, sweet hits, and a track, but I made sure to send a Pokemon to the ladder on it. As he gets us with waterfalls, I start loading up on Howl, and amazingly, he didn't get confused at all. So I put a Persevere on, which would have healed us anyway. Whoop, Luckus goes down one strength, and he becomes Whiskash. I hit him with strength down to the red, and then uses Amnesia before healing, then 2-4 to the job. Yu-Gi-Oh comes in next, and it turns out to be a one-hit with strength, and the same goes for his speaking as well. Bulma is on an absolute rampage. His final Pokemon is Milotic, which picks up the Ice Beam down to a third, and then Strength brings him into the red before he heals. Knowing the potion, I use Strength again, but now it's in KO range, so I'm looking to Goku, who tanks Waterfalls, and her ability makes us the Water type, so now we reach the food, and you take it down with your turn. Unreal. Probably the best Wallace battle I've ever had. Bulma and Goku just pulled through. Toward the end of Victory Road, we have a battle with Wally, who has become really strong. However, I made sure to level up closer to the elite 4-level cast where Lonnie KO's Altario 4 times super effective Ice Beam. Down Caddy with 2 Ice Beams, and then for Megaton I switched to Goku, so Power Change makes us the Electric type, but we're only able to bring it to the red with Brick Break, and Infusion Fine for Tri-Attack brings us too low, so I'm forced to switch to Bulma, who handles it with Flamethrower. This works out well as the second Roselia X, which also goes down in one attack. His final Pokemon is Gardevoir, and Psychic does not too much on us, and we can take it down with strength for the win. With that and our perilous journey behind us, we arrive at our final destination, Ariana Grande City, the location of the famed Pokemon. I do tons of preparation like grinding, fulfilling the rest of our APs, picking up any items that we're going to grab like the Sharpie, getting other TMs like Ice Beam on X-Cloud, and Linoon also learned a very special move at level 53. Let's do this. The first Elite Four member is Sydney, the Dark-type trainer. He leads with a Mycena, and I lead with Launch to avoid shooting. He hits it with Crunch though, and gets a special defense drop, but I use Light Screen, so I guess it evens out. Ice Beam then brings him low, but he gets another takedown on us to bring us below half before we take him out. This capture then hits us with Beetle Arm, but Ice Beam with a 1-hit there but missed, and Thunderbolt takes him out immediately. He sends out Absol next by switching Goku. He went for Sword Dance, which is a bit scary, but then he just uses it again. So Goku with the black belt attached takes him out in one hit. His final Pokemon is a Shiftry, which was a bit of a hassle with Double Team and potions, but eventually we got a high roll for the KO. A solid start. The next Elite Four member is Phoebe, and yes, she looks like a terrifying threat, with us not being able to use stab attacks on her Pokemon at all. However, I decide to unleash my ultimate plan by sending out Videl, who just learned none other than Belly Drum to massively increase our attack at the cost of half our health. She used Confuse Ray on us though, but I had attached a Person Berry, so now we can outspeed and take down every single one of her Pokemon with max power, super effective Shadow Ball, which, don't forget, is physical of this gen. Even a normal type will perform so well against the Ghost Beam. The third Elite Four member is Glacia, the Ice type trainer, and I spent a lot of time thinking about how we approach this battle, as her Vulcan typing is a bit troublesome for us. She leads with a Glalie, so I sent out Goku. She uses Hail, and I decided to go for Rock Tomb here. It does over half, but the main point is it lowers her speed, so on the next turn I can outspeed and take it down with Brick Break. A solid lead. Helium comes to the next, and Brick Break turns into a quarter, and then she uses Surf, and another Brick Break takes her down. The next Helium gets hit below half, but then just trapped on us, but then we break through the KO. He sends out her second Blade next, which resets the Hail, and not wanting to miss Rock Tomb at this range, I decided to take the Brick Break and allow our Citrus Berry to activate, which triggers a Focus Storm from her before we take it down with about a third health remaining. Our final Pokemon is a beastly Wall Lady, and I need to switch, so I sent out Launch again to give me hard below half with Blizzard, and it freezes, but we filed immediately to get Light Screen off, and our Berry activate, allowing us to survive another and hit hard right above half with Thunderbolt before its Berry activates. I don't want to risk a crit from here, so I switch to Bulma, who brings us to 1 HP after a few strengths, and then our Light Screen goes down as she heals. I decide to stay in, and she goes for Body Slam, and gets a crit, but we survive on just 8 HP to bring it low. From here, I send in Chi-Chi and a Surf to about half, and take it down with Strength. Whew. A messy battle, but we managed to scrape by. The final Elite Four member is Drake, the Dragon Master. He serves with Sheldon, and I use with a trusty launch. I know he usually likes to go for Protect on the first turn, and Dragon moves are all special in this game, so I go for Light Screen, and the prediction works, so I can take it down with a Never Melt Ice Boost and Ice Beam. Next up is Altaria, which just goes for Dragon Dance, so 4 times super effective Ice Beam pulverizes it. He next sends out Flygon, which starts the Sandstorm before going down as well, and his second Flygon just hit us with Flamethrower for minimal damage before it suffers the same fate. Launch is hammered through his team, so I figure why stop now, and this beastly Salamence comes in, and our Light Screen wears off. He smashes us with Dragon Claw to below half before Ice Beam returns the favor and ends the battle. Wow, Launch is the monster. It's time, the final battle. The champion is of course Steven Stone, the Steel-type trainer. I spent so long here prepping for this battle, it's not even funny, and I was realizing that every single scenario I played out in my head, we lose. It's so crazy, with so much more power, ball, and resistance to our stats. Their last few rare candies, and go for it. He leads with a Starmie, as I think with Launch, our only reliable way of handling it. He hits us with Steel Wing for about a fifth, and then I do a Flamethrower quite low. Steel Wing then brings us to below half before we can take it out. If I'm honest, I thought he would use Toxic on us, which is why I had attached the Petra Berry, but I guess it's pretty useless now. Now here's the key. He sent out our Waldo next, my greatest fear, as I thought he sent out Claydol, since he would have super effective moves against us. I think the AI registered that we had Ice Beam though, and sent out something we don't have a super effective move against. We've seen this kind of thing with the AI kind of unfairly knowing when you switch and using Persist Break. However, I realize I have to stick with my strategy, even though it's riskier now, there's just no turning back. We get hit by Ancient Power, survive in the red, and thankfully it doesn't get the Omni boost. I top launch Reflect just for this battle, so I can use that before switching to the key to all of this GG. Thankfully, he just used Slash instead of Ancient Power on the switch, so now I can use Bolt up to raise our attack and defense. He goes for Ancient Power again, but no boost, and I use Bolt again, which triggers him using Waterfall instead, as I feared, but amazingly no confusion on the next 2 turns, so our plan might work after all. Our very healing us as Reflect goes down, and now I unleash an Earthquake, and he brings it despite all its strength, and take out the aggron with one super effective earthquake, but in comes the critical. I know we can't want to KO this thing, but hey, it's worth getting the damage off at this point, so I hit it hard with the earthquake. It goes for Giga-Drain, and Chi-Chi miraculously survives on 3 HP to take it out. Oh my god. I sincerely thought we were kind of okay anyway, since we have Flamethrower and whatnot in the background, although Metagross could have certainly taken out quite a few of our Pokemon with ease, but now we can outspeed it with super effective Earthquake and take it out as well. That feels so good after Steven's Metagross has smashed us in previous runs. We did it. We hit Pokemon through the hardcore Nuzlocke with only normal types, and what an amazing run that was. Normal types in Gen 3 are just incredible. Way better than I found them to be in Gen 4, and really fun to use too. If you enjoyed the run, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as it really helps a lot and grows our community. A huge thanks to my YouTube members and patrons for making this video possible. If you'd like to support, get your name up here, the links are also down below. If you enjoyed, drop a like down below to help the video out, and leave a comment letting me know what kind of run we should do next, and I'll see you guys for our next challenge video. Black diamonds, bringing together meals that are beyond delicious. Black diamonds, snacks, 30 minutes. Welcome everyone, my name is Sylph, and this is my attempt to beat a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Black with only Water-type Pokemon. The full rule set for this run is listed down below, but put simply, only the first Water-type encounter in each group or area can be caught. If Pokemon faints, it must be permanently boxed. No items except held items in battle. Party Pokemon levels are limited to the next gym leader or Elite Four's ace, and finally, battle mode must be put on set at all times. Now let's face it, the Water type is the single most abundant type in the Pokemon franchise, with over 140 distinct Water-type Pokemon in existence. Because of this, hardcore Nuzlocke with Water Pokemon can be kind of crazy, as you usually get a ton of encounters. However, I set out to find the game with the least amount of possible encounters, and as far as I can tell, it's Pokemon Black and White, which we'll be tackling today. Since these games only have the 156 Gen 5 Unova region Pokemon within them, the fully evolved water types on screen are all that exist. Of course, due to our no legendaries or mythicals rule, Keldeo is unobtainable, but everything else will be fair game. Now, I can't possibly teach what it takes to be an ultra pro, invincible, MLG, hardcore Nuzlocke who's never lost a single Pokemon like myself. But for learning everything else, there's today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes ranging from entrepreneurship to productivity to creative writing to graphic design and video editing, just about everything you can imagine to explore new skills and deepen your passion. As a YouTube creator, for example, I've benefited from several classes, including one by Nathaniel Drew called Creativity Unleashed, which in just over an hour revolutionized my perspective when it comes to content creation on any platform and establishing my own creative space in the Pokemon community. No matter if you're just starting out or if you have some experience already, if you want to explore your passions on your own terms and your own schedule, man, there is no better place. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads whatsoever, and new premium classes are being released all the time by actual hands-on experts in their fields. And the best news is that Skillshare has partnered with me to bring you guys a custom link with an extended free trial. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a full 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start exploring your creativity today. I know we've got a lot of dedicated Silph Squad members who arrive at these videos early, so don't miss out and click that link below to start your journey. Thanks to Skillshare for the Nuzlocke challenge there is in the main series games, let's see how we fare. I love these runs where we can actually keep our starter. We're of course going to choose Oshawott, the deranged otter Pokemon. I think that's what the Pokedex calls it. Our deranged otter faces off against Bianca's demon pig and Sharon's... Alright, I know this thing becomes a snake, but what the hell is it right now? After we smash them into the ground, our bedroom is left looking like the aftermath of... You know what? Never mind. Professor Rowan allows us to nickname Oshawott shortly thereafter, and I decide on the name Soapy. If anyone can guess this reference, you have at least 300 IQ points. Soapy has a serious nature, which is neutral, and honestly, for a future Samurott, I'm happy with that. We arrive in Strident City quite swiftly, and after beating Charon again, we get some Oran Berries, which will definitely be helpful in early games. I next decide to take on the trainers to the east near the Dream Yard for some extra training. After defeating one of the trainers, Soapy learns Focus Energy, which might come in handy. Wait a minute. Is that youngster Joey? My boy, I haven't seen you in so long. Wait a minute. Joey, where's your Rattata? Where's Rattata, Joey? Come here, you little... Where's Rattata? With that, it's time for the first gym, the Strident Gym, led by the three brothers. Now this gym... Oh boy, this gym. The trainers in it are easy enough, but when it comes to the gym leaders themselves, they of course send Silent after me. Now, Black and White were designed as kind of reboots to the series, so they were trying to teach players about type matchups, which is why they give you one of the elemental monkeys that's kind of the opposite type as your starter. But of course, we can't get that. We're stuck with Zoe against what is effectively a grass-type gym leader. Silent begins the battle with a level 12 Lillipup, and, well, I don't have much of a choice here, do I? Zoe, get out there. Now, I know if we're to have any hope, we need crits, so I use Focus Energy here, and he goes for Workup. I then use Water Gun, but no crit, and then he goes for Workup again. Another Water Gun gets a crit, though, and we take him down. Woo. We also level up here since we started the battle at high 14, which is allowed as per the rules. Now, if you couldn't tell by him having a Pan Sage with Vine Whip, this was not my first rodeo. I had to wipe the game 14 times until this battle here, which even beats our Drifloon Rourke White record from our last challenge. Stab Water Gun is not a good idea here since he resisted it, so I'm going to go with Tackle, but I know this doesn't do much, so I use Tail Whip to lower his defenses. Now usually this will kind of encourage him to go for a non-attacking move too, like Workup, but he hits us with a Vine Whip right away, which does just under half. I need to stick with this strat though, so I use Tail Whip again, and he hits us again, down to just 3 HP. What is happening? This is not how it's supposed to go. I go for Tail Whip again, And this time he goes for workup. It's time. Now I can go for a tackle, and it gets the focus energy crit to take him down. Between needing a crit on Lillipup at just the right time so he doesn't potion, and having to trigger his fan stage into powering up, honestly, I don't want to talk about how terrible this was. Silent with just a level cap Oshawott complete. Can I go home now? In the dream yard, Plasma is causing some trouble, and fail on that Buddha. Does somebody have a revive? Holy that dude's a savage. He's off to the daycare to start destroying a bunch of his toddlers. I thought this was Anakin's job. And while fulfilling our destiny, Zoki ends up evolving into a beastly Duon and learns Razor Shell with 75 power. Nice. Oh, hey, look, it's a slide. Wait, what? What am I, Spider-Man? Thank God our evolution happened when it did, because up next we have a battle against our rival Sharon, who leads with, you guessed it, another grass type. Here, I decide to immediately hit it with Razor Shell, which does about a third, but also gets the defense drop that I was hoping for. Another Razor Shell just barely doesn't KO after he uses growth to raise his attack power, then he goes for a Vine Whip, and gets a crit, after which our Oranberry restores our health so we can outspeed and take him out. From there, thank God his Purloin is a one-hit with Razor Shell. Man, oh man, this early game is shaping up to be something else. After the battle, Bianca comes rushing in, and okay, you know I have to do this, right? In the cave here, the PCM is super useful for items such as the light clay from Wild Golem. We arrive in Decree City shortly thereafter, where one of the girls in the houses generously gives us the mystic water item to raise the power of our water moves, which is fantastic. Now, obviously, we have no chance against the gym right now, but thankfully we can head west from Decree City, where we can finally get a new encounter, a Temple. We catch one and nickname it Palpatine. Okay, the nickname makes no sense right now, but for its next evolution it will. And then for its last evolution it won't again. But Palpatine ends up having a modest nature, which is pretty darn awesome for its water typing at least. Its only special ground move that it learns aside from breathing is 55 power Mud Shot, but hey, I'll take it. Since Pinwheel Forest is blocked off by an inconveniently placed lineup of plasma grunts, one of them says, everyone else is wrong. I feel you, bro. We're forced to take on our next gym. The Decree City Gym is an interesting one, specializing in the normal type. The trainers aren't too bad, even though the first one nearly killed us with a crit down to 5 HP, and we make it to the second gym leader, Lenora. Since she leads with a Herdier with Intimidate, I'm forced to lead with Temple, which is a special attacker. Now, the one good thing about this matchup is that we do barely outspeed with a 64 base speed as opposed to Herdier's 60. So I decide to immediately hit it with Supersonic, and she hurts herself on the first turn. Then I hit her with Bubble Beam to just below half, and then she breaks through confusion and hits us with Takedown to just 18 HP. Then our Oranberry helps us to above half, and now thankfully due to the recoil she got, we can now get the guaranteed KO with Bubble Beam. Now for the hard part, Watchog. Now Watchog has a move called Retaliate, which doubles in power if it's used the turn after its team member faints, so Tipfall would not survive. I'm forced to switch it to Duon, and she goes for 60% accuracy Hypnosis instead and puts us to sleep. Yikes. She then hits us with Retaliate for a bit less than half, and we stay asleep. Another brings us to just 11 HP, but we wake up and hit it with Razor Shell, but it just barely survives. That is rough. No one shall like this potion and this year. Most of our Pokemon, I realize, are only hope. I swoop back into Palpatine while she potions, then uses Retaliate. We survive on just 2 HP. Looks like my counts were just right. Then I hit it with Supersonic. Palpatine has nowhere near enough power, so I know our only choice is to switch back to Zoki, especially since Palpatine is more valuable in the long run. Sorry, Zoki. And she hits herself in confusion. Now all I need is one more confusion hit. And she does, so we can take her out with one more Mystic Water Boosted Razor Shell. Holy. Right after that, in the interior of Pinwheel Forest, we encounter a double battle wherein both trainers have a Sawaddle, which has higher base defense than Snorlax, by the way, and they both use Razor with high personal hit ratio and barely escape alive. It's just insane. At this point, both of our Pokemon are level 21 or